Hey folks, Cornell with YouTube Fishing Vids. It's jerkbait season, and if you've got anything other than hard water in your area right now, hopefully you're throwing one of these right now. What I got here are 3 connections to your jerkbaits that I'm going to go over, and hopefully this will be something you can take with you and maybe add to your arsenal of tricks to help put a couple more fish in the boat during the jerkbait season. First and foremost, right out of the box, of course, you've got the classic split ring idea. So right out of the box, that bait is pretty much engineered to do exactly what it's meant to do. Get your classic polymer knot or knot of your choice and go to it. This is going to be the easiest way to go. Just pull it out of the box and go fishing. Keep in mind a couple things to think about here when you're fishing with your classic split ring routine. Just be very aware of those little notches right there. Like any hard baits, like with any split rings, especially the circular version, this happens to be that nice oval idea. Watch out where you make that cinch down on your knot. Don't let that get in between those 2 little grooves. Don't let it get in between those sharp edges. Frayed lines and lost fish are not fun. So just be sure you get that knot just right, and if you want to consider using some oval split rings, it might be something to consider. You can get that knot to cinch down right in a nice bend of that split rings and alleviate that problem. But yeah, if you make it easy on yourself, pull your bait out of the box. It's weighted and balanced. If it's a suspending jerkbait to do exactly what it's meant to do, a little bit of weight in the nose there is going to keep the pitch just right. And yeah, if they make the jerkbait the way they make it, it must be for a reason. They put a lot of time and energy into making a bait just right. So nothing wrong with right out of the box tying straight to the split ring. But you have another option. If you want to do a little customization to your jerkbait, feel free to tie on a loop knot. Remove that split ring, get yourself a wide open, free-flowing loop knot there, and make that bait your own and have it do whatever you want it to do. Get some crazy erratic action out of it, get some crazy movement out of it, but keep in mind, if you choose to go that route, you've altered that beta hair. You've taken off the split ring. There are some guys that keep that split ring on there, guys, and use a loop knot, but keep in mind everything I just mentioned about those little sharp edges on that split ring. Now you've got a wide open loop. If you're doing a wide open loop knot on a split ring, you're doing nothing but having that loop knot grab and smack and hit that little sharp edge of that O-ring potentially, and you're really looking for disaster if you do that. So removing the split ring is probably one of your best ideas when considering a loop knot. At least in my opinion, to each their own, but something to think about when a loop knot and a split ring are involved. But if you do it this way, no split ring, again, you've lost a little bit of weight. You've lost the fact that that bait is now not in the position to do exactly what it was meant to do when it was coming out of the box. So you're probably going to lose a little bit of that suspending aspect and having that bait rise up just a hair with the lack of weight. So just tweak it out a little bit. Consider using a suspend strip, which is an easy way to get those baits back to the suspending routine. But you can also go ahead and take that split ring that you removed from the nose and go ahead and put it on that belly loop right above the hook. Gets that weight right back to where it was out of the box, and the suspending aspect will be just right. However, you've changed also possibly one little aspect of the bait that you might want to think about. That nose weight had that pitch just right. So if you went and took that nose weight off that nose split ring, you're going to have the pitch rise just a hair, causing that bait to maybe not run to the exact depth it's designed to do. But with a loop knot, you're customizing it anyway. You may have just changed that bait into one of the best baits in your box. So try a loop knot, see what it does with some of your favorite jerk baits or not so favorite jerk baits, and you may turn one of your not so favorite jerk baits into the best bait in your box. So there's your loop knot, guys. Another great option. Try it out. Last and not least, of course, you've got the snap. And guys, I'm a tournament fisherman. I think I might be doing this a lot this year. You talk about efficiency. If you're on the water and time is of the essence, there's nothing better than being able to change through your baits that much quicker. Hopefully your confidence levels up and you're not changing baits too much, but if it's just a color change, a style change, or a size change, there's nothing wrong with grabbing a snap and getting your favorite polymer knot or knot of your choice and getting a rock solid connection with your snap of high quality, and having that freedom of choice when it comes to changing your baits out that much quicker. So yeah, snap's going to be a great option. The best of both worlds. You got the wide open freedom of movement, and in this case with the snap, just like a loop knot, but you also got the rock solid connection of a split ring. So with that, you've got a couple advantages. Consider the snap option. You've also not lost the weight that that bait was designed to have by barely any at all. I mean, that little snap right there is going to maybe be a little lighter than that snap that it came, not the snap, but the actual split ring that it came with. So you're not losing much when it comes to how the bait suspends and or the amount of pitch that you have with it. But also keep in mind, guys, without retying all day, line savvy guys, fluorocarbon is not cheap. If you think about how much line you're going to save not tying that big looping polymer knot all day long, you're going to really save a lot of line tying maybe maybe once, hopefully no more than a couple times a day. You just got to make sure you check that knot. Don't trust that knot to go all day, but just keep an eye on it. And tiny little itty bitty loop to get that Palmer knot around a tiny little snap like that's not going to waste much line at all. So a lot of advantages to a snap. Keep that in mind. I may be throwing that a lot this year. Hopefully it'll be something you'd consider also. But yeah, you've got 3 great options when it comes to the line to lure connections for your jerkbaits. Hopefully that'll enhance some of the options and make your jerkbait fishing that much more productive this year. So guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you, as always, subscribing. And until we meet again, over and out.